You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started.
What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, reporting from my secret bunker on the plantation. Now, this video is going to be in response to a comment that was left by Supreme 12860 a couple of weeks ago. Now, this is a very interesting comment that he left. Basically, what he said was there might be only 5% of women in today's age that would be considered wife material. Now, I'm not making this video to throw any type of shade or any type of beef or anything like that. I don't do that. But I would just simply like to tell a story. Now, this is the story of John. John is brought to a biodome. And if you don't want to know what a biodome is, it's basically an enclosed environment. Now, at the entrance of this biodome, he's told, hey, find this elusive species of frog. If you find this frog, it will transform into the woman of your dreams. Everything about her will be perfect. So John's like, okay, I'm up for the challenge. Now he's told that he has to ruffle some leaves around. He's going to have to stick his hands into certain places, things like that, to try to flush this frog out. He's like, okay, I'm good with that. Now, at the entrance, once he goes in, he notices there's a medical station. So John decides he wants to go in. He starts looking around. He decides to ruffle some leaves. What happens? He gets bitten by a tarantula. Now, it's not enough to kill him, just cause him some discomfort. He realizes, oh, you know what? I might want to try to avoid these leaves from now on, since there could be a potential tarantula in there hiding. So the pain subsides. He decides to go a little further in. He decides, you know what? Oh, there's a bunch of logs right there. Feeling a little adventurous. Let's see how this plays out. The frog might be under there hiding. So he reaches, he grabs a few logs. All of a sudden, he gets stung by a scorpion. Once again, it's not enough to kill him, just cause him some pretty serious pain. At this point, he's like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I need to recover. Once he finishes recovering, he decides, you know what? Let's go a little bit further in. So this time he decides, you know what? Let me climb a tree and see if I could possibly see something from higher up. As he starts climbing this tree, what happens? He gets bitten by a centipede. He climbs back down, says, you know what? I'm going to go find that medical station. Goes back to the medical station, gets him a little bit of anti-venom, decides, you know what? I'm going to take this and then I'm going to rest. So after a couple of hours of resting, he's good. He decides, you know what? I'm going to go to the center of this thing. Let's see what I can find there. So he goes all the way to the center of the biodome. And there just happens to be a small little lake. Nice little clearing. So he sees a frog sitting on the lily pads. He decides to go over, sneak up on the frog, and he picks it up. He's like, yes, this frog's going to turn into the woman of my dreams. Unfortunately, he gets really, really, really sick really, really, really fast And then he keels over and dies. Now, what does this story have to do with what Supreme 12-860 said about potentially only 5% of women being wife material? Well, let's look at the characters in play. First, you have John. John represents the everyday man looking for a relationship. The tarantula, the scorpion, and the centipede obviously represents failed attempts at finding the frog. Now, what does the frog represent? The frog, which happened to be a golden poison dart frog, represents the elusive NAWALT. However, if you know about dart frogs, they are extremely toxic. Now, there's one more thing that's in play. The biodome itself. What does the biodome represent? That represents the gynocentric plantation, i.e., the perfect environment for that particular species of frogs to thrive in. So basically, in a long roundabout way, I'm simply saying that the modern woman, no matter how much she says or tries to portray that she could be wife material or a NAWALT, the current environment that we live in completely renders that impossible. Why? Because at any given moment, she could flip that switch and become as toxic as a golden poison dart frog. And as an added bonus, she gets rewarded for becoming toxic. So whenever you hear someone say, well, not all women are like that, here's the perfect counter argument. No, all women may not be like that. However, they can become like that under the perfect circumstances. So, all in all, there are no good women out there. Period. Until the environment changes, every woman has the ability to become toxic and get rewarded for being toxic. Well, let me know what you guys think. And remember, gents, when the power goes out, feminism and toxic women will go out right along with it. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am out. What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here with a simple question. What is your perfect female body type? Do you like the submissive, demure Asian? Or do you like the busty blonde? Even for you guys who are into fantasy, you have the Elven series. Whatever your body type is, you can either find or build it at the Dollhouse, DC Dollhouse or Dollhouse San Antonio. And remember, gents, once the power goes out, feminism will go out right along with it. But your doll will never hit the wall. RPM, I am out.